Hey everyone, I'm Kayla Holloway with Holloway Health and Life Benefits, and I just wanted to come on because I am actually starting a new daily video series that I'll be doing through the month of June. And I am a health and life insurance broker, so wanted to make sure that we cover some very confusing topics that typically folks struggle to understand, and also hopefully teach some new things related to health insurance, life insurance, and legal protection. So make sure to join me every day throughout the month of the rest of this month and the month of June. We're going to cover a wide variety of topics that are going to help educate and demystify this often very confusing world of insurance. So on this very first video, I wanted to start with some basic terminology for health insurance so that we can start with some basic information and get some basics and go from there along and build the topics as we go through the series. So many folks are confused about their health insurance and how it works. So we're going to break down some of those basics and start with understanding your coverage. Sometimes it can feel like learning a whole new language, and we all use a lot of jargon in the insurance world. And when you go to your doctor's office or the hospital or anything like that, they may say words that you may not be familiar with. So let's start with that today. We're going to talk about a few of those terms. So the first thing I want to talk about is premiums. So health insurance premium, life insurance premium, whatever type of insurance, when you hear the word premium, that is the monthly payment you will pay, and sometimes you choose to pay not monthly, but for the most part people pay monthly. But it's like a membership fee. You're paying to have access to your insurance. You will pay the bill to your health insurance or life insurance company each month, and that gives you access to the benefits. I kind of like to think of it like a subscription, your Netflix or anything like that. You're just paying to get the access. And anything that you need to pay at the doctor's office and things like that, that'll be different. But that's what the premium is. It gives you access to that membership fee. And then the next term I think that would be helpful to talk about is one of the most confusing, which is a deductible. So in the health insurance world, if you have a plan that does include a deductible, that is the amount that you are expected to pay as the client before the insurance company starts paying towards your bills. So for example, you may have a $1,000 deductible, and if that's the case, then you will pay the full bill at the doctor's office or the hospital, wherever you are getting your treatment. You'll pay that full bill until you have met that dollar amount. So in the example I just gave of $1,000, you may go to the doctor one day and you have to pay $100, and then you have to go do blood work, and that's another $100, for example. Well, then that would be $200 towards your deductible, but those are two different doctor's appointments. So that is something that has confused many clients, is that your deductible is something that you can use over multiple different doctor's appointments or visits. And once you reach that point, in this case of the example of $1,000, then the insurance company starts to pay some of your hospital, doctor, medical bills. So that deductible amount, to reiterate, is the amount you'll pay the full bill until that amount is met, and then they will start paying as well. So not all plans have a deductible, and not all medical bills will fall under that category. So that's another thing that we're going to talk about in a future video. We're going to go deep dive into it and get all of those explanations, but just kind of wanted to start with some terminology today and making sure that you understand that a deductible is its own set dollar amount, and that not everything has to go toward a deductible, and we'll talk about that. One of those is actually the next term, that I wanted to talk about, which is a co-pay. So a co-pay is a set dollar amount that you have been designated by your plan, whether you're going to the hospital, a doctor, getting blood work, any of those things. Your plan may have a copay, and that is a set dollar amount that before or after a deductible is met, it is the same amount. I like to give the tip that if you are looking at your insurance, things that have a percentage sign, those are usually going to be what you will have to pay your deductible before the insurance company starts helping with that. But if you see a dollar sign in front of the amount, that is going to identify that that is a copay. And that amount is the same before or after your deductible in most cases. So it is a set fee, and for the most part, many of our plans have a set fee when we go to the doctor. So it's just a small amount typically. Obviously, some plans may have certain copays for certain things that are more expensive, but the most common will be when you go to your doctor or to a specialist. It will be a set dollar amount, and again, I encourage you to look for that dollar sign in front instead of the percentage sign. That's a telltale sign that it's a copay. And this goes into effect the first day of the plan, so there is no amount that you have to pay first, like with a deductible. And so that allows you to have access to typically lower out-of-pocket costs from day one. So folks definitely, my clients definitely tell me that they are interested in finding plans that have good number of copays. So that's definitely something I want to make sure that we cover today, that we're talking about those set dollar amounts, and they are fixed prices. When you pay that set dollar amount, there are only certain things that apply. So for example, if you are going to your doctor and your doctor visit is a set dollar amount, you're going to pay a $20 copay. But the other thing that I definitely want to make sure that we talk about is the fact that there are other things that could happen at your doctor's visit that does not come into play, that is not covered just by your copay. So for example, one of those examples would be if you go to your doctor because you hurt your foot, and then your doctor says, okay, I'm going to just charge you the $20 today for the visit, but I also recommend we get an x-ray. So if there's an x-ray being done, maybe they do it there in their office or they send you to the hospital to do that, that may not be under the same copay. So definitely want to make sure that you understand that copays are there, but they can also have their limits potentially. And we're going to go into a deeper dive in a future video, but I just really want to give you some of the very basics and talk about the different terminology in this first video. But I have some videos upcoming that are planned that I'll be showing some cool graphics that will hopefully, for those of us who are visual learners, will help you understand some of these differences. The last thing I wanted to talk about from a term perspective for health insurance is networks. So many of us probably have had experiences where you go to a doctor or you go to a hospital and you hear them talk about, are we in the network with your insurance? So what is that, and what does that mean? So a network refers to the doctors and hospitals and facilities that have worked with your insurance company and have had pre-negotiations going on. Even before you went in to see the doctor, they have made contracts with one another. So from the insurance perspective, they are offering to bring clients to the doctor. So they are negotiating a discount. So by, let's, just say Blue Cross Blue Shield is an insurance company. Blue Cross and Blue Shield will have some of their staff work with doctors and facilities in a certain area, and they will negotiate discounts for their clients. And the doctors and facilities are interested in Blue Cross and Blue Shield bringing their clients and bringing their to them so that they can be their patients. So in kind of exchange for that, they offer to do the discount. And if they go into a agreement together, then they agree to work together, insurance company and doctor, for example. And then that means that they are in network. They have a network contract with one another. And that means for you as the patient that you are getting access to a discount that has been negotiated on your behalf by your insurance company. So that is how networks work. They have the contracts between the insurance company and the doctors or facilities, and whatever that contract states is the contracted rate that you will be charged as their patient. And so as you can imagine, there are different network types, and we are for sure going to go through those in another video where we're going to talk about different things like an HMO or a PPO, an EPO. There are all different types of networks and how they work. But just in general, in this intro video, wanting you to understand that networks in general work by having a contract between the facility and the insurance company. So staying in network will help keep your costs lower. So some plans like an HMO, for example, they may not pay anything if you go to a doctor that they have not had a contract with. So you definitely want to make sure that you understand your network and how it works. For example, a PPO, they will pay a lower amount toward your bill, but they still will let you see the doctor, but that discount has not been negotiated. So you will pay more to see the doctor if they're out of network with a PPO, but they still will pay something. So that is just one example of how the networks can be a little different and how they work. And we will, again, do a really deep dive into networks in a future video. So just want you to know when you're hearing network, what does that mean? Are they a network or not? Do they have an agreement? And you for sure want to see if you can connect with the doctors and facilities on your network, because it will definitely cost you less money. And so just want you to understand that that's also kind of the purpose of the networks existing, is the fact that the insurance company is bringing clients to your doctor and your doctor's agreeing to provide a discount in order to have access to the patients that use that company. So definitely want to make sure that you understand these terms. That's all for the first video. Just wanted to start pretty basic with these 4 terms, because understanding these can help you avoid some surprises and hopefully give you confidence in your coverage and understanding how it works. If you're feeling unsure about your insurance or whether you need help choosing a plan or understanding it, just want to let you know that I'm here. I'm a health insurance broker, and you don't have to figure this out all alone. I encourage you to reach out to me. I'd be honored to work with you, help walk you through it. Feel free to contact me. I'll put my contact information in the description below, but you can call me. My phone number is area code 409-617-9014. Feel free to email me at hollowayhealthandlife@outlook.com, or schedule your own appointment with me if you'd like. I have a Calendly link in the description below. It's just calendly.com/Kayla Holloway. And just make sure that if you have any questions or issues, or if you're looking for a different plan, definitely reach out, and I'd be happy to help you. Message me here if you'd like, if that was easier. And also want to let you know that if you or anyone you know is also interested in helping others with health and life insurance, I would love to have a conversation with them. I'll also leave a link to a LinkedIn job description, or a job posting with the job description and everything in this description box below. Feel free to encourage anyone who's interested in looking for a new career path, or maybe you're just interested in doing something on the side, and helping individuals with their insurance is something that is of interest. I encourage you to reach out. I'd love to connect with you, or definitely share this with information with anyone in your world that may be interested in it. So that's it for this first in the series of the videos that will be coming through the rest of June. So hopefully it helped someone getting started with some basic information, and we're going to do some deeper dives in future videos. But again, my name is Kayla. I'm a health and life insurance broker, and I will see you on the next video.